everyone, welcome back to our channel. So, finally doing some Project Pan content again.
Back at it.
So, we're gonna do 21 in 2021. We did 20 in 2020 last year, so we're gonna switch it up. We're not gonna do this as a rolling style like we did last year. Last year we continued it all the way until November, end of November.
Yeah.
We did it like all year, so I think we're just gonna do just this one, and then we'll have other project pans that we're doing in between. That way we don't get so overwhelmed like we did last time. So if you're interested in our choices and such, then just keep on watching.
So before we get into it, I do want to clarify, just like we did last year, we split it 10 and 10, we're doing 10.5 each this time. So we have like a mini item for the 0.5. Hopefully that's not cheating. We don't want to do 21 products each. 42 products to use up, that would be a little too much. So we're splitting it, and I'm fine with that. So yeah, let's get into it.
So we're each going to work on an eye base. So you guys know our love for the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. So I'm going to use up the MAC Painterly Paint Pot eyeshadow primer. I don't look that bad on camera, but my hands are just very much lighter than my face, and we're just going to have to accept it. But I want to finish this up. I used to really enjoy it before we found Wet n Wild, but it creases on me now. So
naturally,
I don't enjoy it.
I'm going to be trying to use up the dupe. This is from Amuse Cosmetics. It's the eyeshadow primer in Clean Slate. It's $1 on the AOA website. So if you're interested in a dupe for that, this is a really comparable alternative in my opinion. But again, the Wet n Wild one has just the best longevity for us. So for that reason, we just need to get these out of our collection. So I'm going to work on what I think is the oldest foundation in my collection, other than my Natasha Denona Face Glow in the original formula. I'm wearing her today, and I'm not letting her go at any point in the near future. This is the Natasha Denona Foundation X. This is in the shade 42. It is my self-tanner shade, not my current shade. But I really like this. It's very like poreless, and it's fairly matte. But I'll just wear an oil under it, and that makes it look really good. It does translate really skin-like. Like it's just a very
because it's so thin. Yeah, it's so watery. It's just like drips everywhere. So I really like this, and I think it's the oldest in my collection. So I think I'm gonna start working on using it up.
I'm going to try and use up my NYX Born to Glow in Fair.
Help.
This is a little too light for me, so I probably will be mixing this with some things, but this needs to get out of my collection. I might, if I decide I don't like this that much, then I might just declutter it, because we have accrued some new foundations. But I will probably just mix it and try to use it up for the year.
So I have like two concealery type products. I kind of want to push myself out of my comfort zone in not using the same things every day with this project pan. I didn't want to grab everything that I'm already constantly reaching for, because that doesn't make sense. Well, I guess it does, but I would rather use up things that I'm kind of starting to stray away from. So first is the Becca Under Eye Corrector. This is the one in medium. I do prefer the fair one, actually. I thought I would like the medium one more, but as of late, I have discovered that bright under eyes are indeed cute, and so I have the medium one, which can darken like a lighter concealer for me, but I still really like it. I like the texture, corrects the dark circles, but I've had this for a while, and there's like a small dent. I would like to try and use it up. Oh my god.
Fail. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Concealer in, I don't know, very light, in a light shade. It's actually a little too dark for my under eyes. But I really like this initially, and we have another one still, so I need to go through both of those. I might, even though this isn't a rolling style, I might roll in another concealer, another Pretty Fresh right after this, just so we can get those out. But yeah, I just need to get this out of our collection, because I want to use my Maybelline Age Rewind that I bought a while back.
So next I'm going to try and use my Glossier Stretch Concealer. This is in the shade G11. It's pretty fair. It's got a good dent going in it, so I think I've got a good chance of using this up, not like right away, but I have to build this to get the coverage that I desire. However, it does go on top of any other concealer beautifully to add like a glow. So I really like using this one like right here on my face to like add shine in the like cheek area, instead of using highlighter, because you guys know my feelings about highlighter. But I do really like this. I just don't reach for it very often, I think because it is such an emollient concealer, and normally I have nails and then I have to use a brush and
So this is from last year's project pan as well, for my regular project pan, not the 20 and 2020. This is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in Growth Flirt. I am determined to use this up. Obviously I have a pretty big pan already, but it took me an entire year to get this much traction, so we'll see what happens. If I am diligent, I think I can use this up. I really do. I really, really do. And I'm so excited to see what it looks like empty.
like your Super Shock. Okay. So I did pick a blush too. I don't know if I'm fully dedicated to using it all up, but if it's the entire year, I might as well try. So this is the Nudies Bloom, the Nude States Nudies Bloom Sweet Peach Peony blush. I used up Tiger Lily Queen last year, and it was the bane of my existence. It has been eons since I put a coral pink blush back on my cheeks because I have PTSD from that. I used it just too much, and as of now, I'm not really into those corally shades. So glad I don't have them. But this one is just like a really nice neutral light pink kind of nude shade. It looks like it'd be a really pretty lipstick color too, but I love this formula, but I'm kind of debating no longer supporting nude sticks, which is a travesty, but they clearly do not care about shade ranges, so.
And then I have two bronzers in here. So this one's a liquid. This was given to us from our friend Kayla when she came. She brought like a whole bag of makeup that she was decluttering, and I tried this out. I don't mind it, but it's not my favorite. This is the Deck of Scarlet Mistake Proof Bronzer. It says it's like a spray bronzer, right? I'm just gonna show you. This is supposed to be a fine mist. Oh, it misted. Well, every time I've sprayed it before then, it just squirts in like a dollop. So I like squirt this on my hand and then apply it to my face. And it's more of a lighter tone bronzer, so it's not going to be difficult for me to build, and it's not going to be too much with the other bronzer I'm using. And it has a nice neutral tone. I love the tone of this actually. The formula is a little bit oily in like a way that's off-putting. A little off-putting. You know how I feel about oil. I love oil. This one, it's like, you know, one of those dry oils. I don't like those, and that's kind of what this feels like. So I just want to work on this. Obviously we could declutter it because it was a declutter product, but I want to use it up. So for my cream bronzer, my plan is just to work on the one I have pan in, but I'll probably use all of them in conjunction, or the ones that I use in conjunction. So this is our little Salt New York bronzer palette. Clearly the two bronzers here have been well loved. The other ones are newer to our collection, but they already have a dent, so there's that. The shade right here, this is medium bronze? Medium bronze plus sculpt. Medium bronze plus sculpt. This is one of my favorite shades ever. I love using this deepest one to use like as a contour. So I'll probably, my goal is to pan this one out specifically, but I'll use the other ones, and if I pan those out, I pan those out, you know? But I love these so much, and I think we still have a backup of this shade. Yeah, we have a backup
sent
of
them
both of
to
the
us,
ones that
so
we have pan in, so
might as well go for it, right?
So for my powder bronzer, I'm going to be using up the Makeup Revolution Bronzer Reloaded in Long Weekend. I believe this is still the only shade. It might be, I think on their website they have 3, maybe, but on Ulta it's just this shade. I really do love this bronzer, but obviously the shade range is not ideal, and I don't know, I just feel like I need to use it up. It's a little warmer than what I've been preferring. I've been wanting more of a neutral bronzer.
I just don't interchange ours.
I just don't really, yeah, the one that she's about to roll in is a little more neutral tone. I like this a lot in the summer, like when I'm more tan, but when I'm fair, I've been gearing a little more towards a neutral bronzer. So I'm gonna
Who would have thought, honestly?
I know, who am I? I'm wearing it today. I don't think it looks bad. It's just very clearly warm.
And this is the BH Cosmetics Belgian Waffle Palette. I was thinking about putting this in a project pan that I don't know if we're going to start right away or a little bit into 2021. I was going to put this in our like project inclusive that we're thinking about doing, but we have Physicians Formula bronzers that I'll probably throw in that instead. So this palette is lovely if you have very fair skin. This would be like a really good alternative if you can't find any bronzers. But if you have anything deeper than my skin tone, it's probably not going to do anything for you. So, or deeper than my self-tan skin tone. I have her skin tone naturally. But I do like this. My goal is to focus on the bronzers. I will dip into the highlighters, but I am not going to pan them out. Thank you for your time. Finally!
I know, it's scary to me. This is my dose of colors. X Iluvsarhii highlight in Soulmate. This is my favorite highlighter of all time. It's a little too dark for me normally, but I can't express how hard I fell in love with this. I hit pan on this thrice, and this is the third time repressing it.
Yeah.
It's so old. It's time. I need to work on it.
And you rarely use it.
I don't use it very often anymore because I'm scared to run out of it. And I know that's stupid. I might as well just love it and use it until it's gone. And we have, I mean, there are other highlighters on the market that are similar in tone to this, so I can find something. Plus we have a billion other highlighters. I just think I really need to work on this.
This isn't a highlighter, but I'll mention it now. This is a primer from Neutrogena. This is the Healthy Skin Peptides Radiant Primer Serum. We bought this when we bought the Neutrogena foundation and concealer at Target, not knowing the shade range. And I actually quite like this mixed in with foundation. I don't, like, as a primer, it's cute or whatever, but it's not, like, enough for me and my plump, juicy needs. But mixed in with a foundation, it definitely like shears it out and makes it a little bit more glowy. It's very cute. And I'm like almost halfway out of it. So this will be a pretty easy one to use up, but I just decided to roll it in.
I'm on a lip liner, mainly because I don't gravitate towards this lip liner, and I just feel like we need to work on some lip liners because we found out that the MAC lip liners are just
so freaking good.
Just as good as people said they were. So I think from now on we'll probably be buying mostly MAC lip liners and then some NYX because we still like our NYX ones. But anyway, this is the e.l.f. Retro Paradise lip liner. They don't have shade names on this. I think this is the darkest one. Clearly I have a ton of this, so I don't know what the progress will be like. This is a little warmer than what I generally prefer in a lip liner, but I do like the depth of it, so I'm gonna give it a whirl, see what happens.
Does it really not have a name?
Yeah, none of the lip liners have the
liner?
shade. Yeah, it only had it on the packaging that came with that.
Oh,
I could find it online, but it's not on the lip liner.
Well, this one's kind of cheating, so I may end up rolling another one in, even though I'm not rolling style this project pan. This is the NYX lip liner in, well, sharpened down too far. I think it's Downtown something. It's a dark brown cool tone lip liner. I had this in the project pan before we ended it, and I forgot about it and haven't touched it since. So I'm just going to use this up while I can because I do have my tried and true, which is MAC. So I'm just going to use this up, and I may roll in another one of our darker non-favorite lip liners so we can start getting those out.
Okay, so this one's kind of a doozy, but I know how potted eyeliners work, and I know they eventually dry out. So this is my Sigma Wicked gel liner. This is my favorite black liner ever. I love this formula. But I need to use it up. We've had this for close to a year now, I believe, since Sigma sent us that PR package. Maybe it's been less than that. I can't remember.
Probably 6 months.
Yeah, it was before because we were house hunting at that time.
We were gonna go look at that house, yeah, and then just a couple days later we looked at the one with the attic.
Okay, yeah, so it hasn't been a year, but it's probably getting close to a year. I have a really good dip in this already. I use this all the time, so I'm just going to try and use it up as much as possible. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but I'm sure I can get a pretty decent dip in.
I have 2 lip products to roll in. So for my full-sized, this is the e.l.f. Cream lipstick, which is the shade Cream.
I think it's called the
Seriously Satin lipstick in the shade Cream. This is cute. It's not something I reach for almost at all, but I've found that I think I need to buy a concealer nude lip, so I might buy one of the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude ones, because I'm finding that ever since I used up ColourPop Boy, there's been a void that nothing else has been able to fill.
And since that one's no longer available,
yeah, I can't refer to it. So I'm going to try and use this up, see if it fulfills my needs. I really love the Charlotte Tilbury KKW, but it's just a little peachier than I would prefer for everyday use. Just, you know, every so often use. So we're going to try this out. And for my mini, this is the Nude Sticks Lip Glaze. Oh, in the shade Nude 04. It's just a little mini, deeper tone kind of lip gloss. I thought this would be one that would actually last me a while because how often do I wear a deeper toned lip gloss?
not often.
Very not often. So I figured I'd throw this in there because I can actually track my progress, and maybe just maybe, I'll start liking deeper tone nudes. I say that, but literally with how dark my lip liners go, every single one of my nude lipsticks turns into a mid-tone nude. But yet I'm so dead set on having the perfect concealer nude. I don't know.
So for my lip product, I'm going to be rolling in the L'Oreal Coloris Shine in Glossy Fawn. I've used up quite a bit of this already. Let's see how much we have left here. Okay, so about this much. I really like this product. I just don't reach for sheer colors anymore on my lips, like balmy colors, and I kind of miss that. I've been opting for like a really opaque lip, and I'm sure I'll get more use out of this like summertime, because when it gets cold out, I like to have like a bold lip on almost always. But I just think it's time. We've had these for a while, and even though I love them, they have to be used at some point. For my mini, this is the AOA Glow Baby Liquid Highlighter in Morning Glow. We got a pack of these with our Shop My Stay haul, and I really like these for mixing into foundation. They work really well, so might as well use it up because we have like 3 more.
So those are all of our products in our 21 in 2021 project pan. I'm very excited to start panning again. I feel directionless and I have no hope without panning anymore.
I'm like, I look at all of our stuff, I'm like, what do
I do? Yeah, when I'm panning, I feel more focused. Sometimes I don't like it, but I just feel so focused on finishing things up that it's very helpful. But yeah, hopefully with our other project pans that we'll be starting, this isn't too much. But since these are meant to go through over the year, I think we can kind of be a little less psycho about them.
And given that they're pretty like everyday appropriate products, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, we don't do makeup as much as we used to, and so I'm hoping that we can find the will to do it more, so we can actually, you know, pan things pretty well. But honestly, we used to get ready every day before work, and now
we work from home.
We work from home,
and I have a toddler.
We get ready like on the weekends. And that's it.
Before we film, that's about all.
Yeah, so hopefully we can pump out more content. I'm hoping to try and like film at night more or play with makeup at night more, just as like a little therapy sesh or like something to do. Like, what the fuck is there to do when Charlotte goes to bed? Nothing. Nothing.
We watch so many shows.
In passing too. I don't even like stick to them except for the Vampire Diaries, that's all. But anyway, we're rambling. It happens. Stay tuned for some hair dye videos coming up soon, and we hope to see you in the next one. Bye.